everyone, this is Rachel with the team at Clarity Co. here to bring you some tech clarity. We are excited to share with you our Monday 101 course on board navigation, specifically how to find everything you need on a single board. Let's dive in. Jumping into our Monday board, we'll be talking about a section of our Monday board that we have not yet touched, which is this section right here underneath the different views and tabs that we have up at the top. Starting with the New Item button, this is a way that you can create new items on your Monday board by selecting this button here. Or to add a new item, you can type item name down here and add it in. And then if you want to add multiple items simultaneously, one after the other, just hit Shift Enter, and you can go ahead and rapid fire adding those items to your Monday.com board. If you need to add another group to your Monday board, there are two places you can do that. One is with this caret key by selecting New Group of Items and adding a new group that way, titling that new group. Or you can scroll down to that bottom and click Add New Group. Both are great ways to add a new group. It just depends on your preference. The reason for a top and a bottom, let's say you're working on the bottom of your board, instead of having to go all the way up, select the caret key and select a new group of items. If you're at the bottom of your board, just selecting that new group button will be less scrolling up to the top of your board. Next up, we have the search feature in our Monday board. This is similar to the search feature that we've seen in our other trainings in Monday.com. The only difference is this is pared down to the existing board that you are currently on. To search for content in your Monday board, go ahead and select next to this magnifying glass, type in the keyword you might be looking for that item, and you will see that Monday.com filtered everything in my board down to just keywords that contain that word that I'm searching for, in this case, item. If I want to pare this down even further and I want to pare down just to a person, I can type my name, which is Rachel, and you see that all of the other items that were not pertaining to Rachel being the person assigned in that people column, they were filtered out and removed based on this search feature. Let's say, for example, you want to filter this down even further in your search feature. You can type in that item name, and I can filter out based on the specific columns that I only want to search in. So I can take out the person column, I can take out the status column, the date column, and then only filter by name. One quick pro tip that we want to share with you is if the field that you are using is blue, that means that the data on the board is being filtered down and needs to be cleared if you need to see all data on the board once again. So for example, if I type item here and then I also filter by person, you can see that both of these options are blue and they're filtering out my data down to what I selected. If I want to save this as a new view, I can definitely do that here. However, if I need to clear this, I need to go ahead and select these X's, removing the filters and allowing all of my data to be displayed once again. Next to the search feature, we have the filter by person option. This is a great way to filter your board based on who that person is assigned in that person column. To do so, select that person, go ahead and select the person that you want to filter by. So in this case, I'm going to select myself, but I also have the option to select Tech Clarity. As you can see, depending on which one I selected, the items filtered and pared down to just that person that was assigned in the people column. One quick pro tip related to this filter by person option is if there is not an existing people column on the board as displayed here, this filter of filter by person will not apply and it will not work. It'll, in essence, just be grayed out in your Monday board. Next up in our line items, we have the filtration option. Now this is different than the search feature. The search feature allows you to search for one specific data point, one specific item at a time, whereas the filtration option allows you to filter through multiple levels of data based on what you're searching for. Selecting the filter feature, you can see that this has a pre-built menu of what we can select for our filtration options. I can select based on status, based on person, and I can add multiple levels here based on what I'm looking for. So if I want to search for a status that is blank, something that's unassigned, any group can apply, so I don't need to select that filter. And then I can also go into the date being past dates. You can see I applied multiple levels of filtration and I see the one item that I was looking for specifically. As you can see up here, our filtration option is still highlighted blue, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that. One quick tip for you is if you find yourself often using the same filters to pare down data on your Monday board, that is a great opportunity to use that Save as a New View feature in Monday.com, and then that saves that view up here, which is discussed on how we change and move those around in another training video that we've recorded. If you want to switch to an advanced filtration option, say you want to build your own, not necessarily have a pre-built menu that you order from, this is where you can do it by switching back to the advanced filters. So switch to quick filters, switch over to advanced filters, and then selecting the information that you need. So I can select the person is unassigned. I can also select the group as the top group. And as you can see, no data was found because I was being too specific, and there is not any data that applies to these filters that I listed here in our training sample. One quick tip related to the filter option is if you want to use the quick filter feature, which is the pre-built filters, select this button that is the filter option with that funnel. If you're looking to do the advanced filter option, instead of having to click filter, going down to switch to advanced filters, you can go ahead and just select this caret. That pops out the advanced filters option, saving you some clicks. Next up in our lineup, we have the sort feature. This is a great opportunity for you to sort your data based on any column of your choosing quickly and easily. To sort by any column, go ahead and select the sort feature here, choose the column that you want to sort by, and then select the order that you want this to be sorted and organized by. Another option available to you to sort your data is by the column header. Go ahead and hover over the column header that you want to sort by, select that blue up and down arrow once you hover over it, clicking that arrow, and then if I want to save it, I can select that here. You can subsort data either by the column header, which I can do selecting the three dots here, selecting sort, and then going to add subsort, or I can select and add it up here by continuing to add new sort and sorting by whatever data I want to continue to filter by at those various levels. Next, we have the ability to hide columns. The reason why you might use this feature in Monday.com is you use columns for data points, but you might not need to see them always at all times. To do that, click on the Hide Columns view on the main table up here. Select the columns that you want to hide. Personally, I like to deselect all of the columns and then add in the columns that I want to see displayed quickly and easily. And then once I do that, I click Save as New View, and then I name that new view whatever I need to up here at the top. That allows me to have a quick and easy view to view the columns that I frequently use, but not be inundated with the columns that I need for all of the data points of information on my Monday board. Final feature on our Monday board that we want to jump into, other than the three dots listed here, is our group by feature. This allows users to rearrange data based on your column of choice. To do that, select the group by option, select the column that you want to sort your data by. For this example, I'm going to select status, and be sure to watch your screen here as I select the status option. So instead of having the groupings listed, I have the headers now listed as the same working status titles, and then you can see all data was sorted based on this status column listed here. The final feature we want to talk through is the default settings in your Monday board. Based on this main table, you can see that the current view has no filters, nothing has changed based on the user preference. That being said, there are a couple options that you can add in addition to the filtration option that we've already shown in this video. The first option available to you is to pin a column. Selecting this pin here underneath the three dots allows you to pin specific columns to your Monday board, and that allows you to have those columns consistently displayed regardless of where you're scrolling left to right. As you can see, the person status and date columns are remaining static as I scroll left to right here on my Monday board. Currently, this is single spaced. If I want to change this to triple or double spaced, what you see is I select that option and my items are triple spaced, or I can change it to double spaced depending on my preference. As you can see here, as exemplified by the pinned columns and also the item height, I can add multiple layers of filters, and it doesn't have to just be everything under the three dots. It can be any number of these filters can be applied and then saved as a new view. The next feature we want to talk through under our three dots here is the conditional coloring feature right here. This allows us to highlight a cell to a specific color when certain criteria are met. This is similar to the feature that you can find in Excel based on numbers or based on whatever you're looking for. Exact same principle, but Monday.com allows you to do it based on any column. So this could be a status, this could be a person, this could be any other condition. Once that's met, I can have that cell colored. And what you see is now that cell is colored red based on the selection that I've made. Final feature we want to share with you on your Monday board is the default values option that allows you to auto-populate the different fields on your Monday board if it's a reoccurring data point that is always consistent at the start of an item being added. So let's say, for example, anytime I add an item, I always need the status and the date to be the same. To do that, I'm going to select the three dots, select this pencil icon here, and I can select the status that I always need displayed, as well as the date that I always need displayed. I can also select the person that should always be assigned, and I can click Save. Anytime I add a new item to the board, as an example listed here, you can see that the status is auto-populated down here, as well as the person and the date. That's a great feature that Monday has incorporated to save time and energy when it comes to adding new items to your board. One final pro tip that is helpful to remind you of in this video is you can apply any of these filtration options, one on top of the other, for your Monday board and then save it as a new view. This will save countless time and energy and lots of clicks for you when it comes to filtration. That's all that we have from our team here at Clarity Co. We want to say thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Be sure to reach out to our team if you need additional tips, tricks, support, ideas on how to maximize your Monday.com, or creative minds working on some bigger builds within your system. Until next time.